Alright. Juwan next to Don.
Except my STEEZ know what's going on, yes, Lord.
And then bring y'all semifinals, finals week to
Yes, Lord.
second week of finals. What's your major takeaway this week, man? Major takeaway for these two games?
I guess I'll say team showed up who we really thought were who. I guess long story short, Freo didn't belong. I guess is what I should. My major takeaways, bro. I think the other teams really performed to a decent standard, good standard. But I don't think Freo really. They struggled 2 games, bro, back to back. So I'm not a big fan of them being in finals, performing the way that they did. So nah.
Yeah. So my major takeaway this week. Other than Freo finally getting what they deserve, bro. That shit was fucking great. My major takeaway might be the Pies pressure, bro. The Pies pressure is crazy. Definitely get more into that in the game, but they probably have some of the best like defensive pressure counterattack. Like it's already been said, but it really shown this game. Maybe because it was against bitch ass Freo, but shit. It's going to be hard to stop, bro. I'm interested to see how any team responds to how the Pies played this game.
Yeah, man, that's fair, bro.
But getting into these games, man. First game for one of 2. Melbourne versus Brisbane at the G. What you think?
All right, so just to set the stage for the game, Brisbane has won in the G in quite a long time.
2014.
2014. And going against the defending champions, and Melbourne really pumped them, I think, both games that they played this year. So I definitely was expecting Brisbane really to probably get their ass whooped again, but it didn't happen, bro. But it did have a lot of narrative to this game, considering it's a whole rematch between Zorko versus Petty after that situation. Then he had more dramatics with Denherb having to laid out over a personal matter, and so it was just about to be real interesting to see how the game went, bro. And the game started, bro, and I like seeing how Petty came out. Petty, you could tell he was like, all right, they tried to chump me out, bro. Now I'm about to turn up. I'm about to play my greatest game of my career, bro. And he did that. So I was definitely happy and really impressed to see with the effort that he came out and just the quality, bro. Like the one time he dove right over the fucking end to touch the ball, and he just touched it to rush it behind or whatever, bro. But early on, Melbourne looked really good, bro. Kazi came in with a couple early goals, bro, and like just continuing to build his reputation on being one of the best small forwards in the league. I think Melbourne had times where they got hurt this game, bro. Like Lever battled an injury. Obviously, Petrarca had the Liz Frank injury, right? The fracture or whatever. Hairline fracture. And even Gone was looking a little hurt a little bit at the time. So it was interesting, bro. Melbourne definitely had bad luck as far as that went. But Brisbane was up to the challenge, bro. They really came back because they were down, I think, 28 at some point. They really fought that back to really force the turnovers for Melbourne, bro. Melbourne looked very uncharacteristic like when Brisbane put it on them, bro, despite not having Denher there. And Melbourne really was folding, bro. And Clayton Oliver, it was a real physical game. And Clayton Oliver got into it with Joe Barry, who actually had a great game, too. And there was a moment where they were fighting in the eye gouge. And Clayton Oliver really wasn't effective at all in the second half, whether it was due to the injury or whether it was just Barry being in his head. But I think Brisbane midfield really stood up behind McCluggage, Barry, and Lachie Neal, of course. And in the third quarter, they hit 4 goals in a row, bro. And Melbourne was just too sloppy. Like I said, they lived in their defensive half, Melbourne, and Lever really folded the game at the end. And that's just what it was, bro. Brisbane scored the last 12 of the 17 goals.
Yeah, so this game coming in, I was surprised Petrarca even played because that was definitely in the air if he would or wouldn't play at all because of the hairline fracture. But he did, and I'm not sure. He definitely didn't seem like the usual Petrarca, bro. I don't think he had as many touches or as great as kicks as he usually does. He definitely got his hands on the ball sometimes, but you know, he's still a high caliber player even when he's injured. but he wasn't as effective as normal. I think Barry did a good tag job on Clayton Oliver. But it did take him a while to like get into the groove for Brisbane to get into the groove, because at the beginning it definitely looked like Melbourne was going to come away with it. Brisbane was having a hard time kicking straight at first, and I think it was Charlie Cameron who really he had that first goal, and then after that it just started piling on for him. Brisbane has been winning in this manner all year too, bro. Just barely hanging on and finishing in the end. And against Melbourne, it kind of worked, especially with Melbourne having one of the worst. Apparently, they just have really bad fourth quarters. According to the commentator, I forgot who said it, but Melbourne's fourth quarters are on par with fucking North and West Coast, man. So, and we are shit teams. We are shit teams. West Coast and North, we are shit. And Melbourne, I don't even know how you are in the position you're in, being that shit in the fourth quarter. But that's just something you can't do in finals footy. You got to play all four quarters, and Melbourne didn't. They kind of fell off on that fourth. Their midfield wasn't looking as effective as it normally does, and Brisbane just, they stayed steady. Hipwood was a great scoring option. He had 4 goals. Cameron had 3. McStay had 2. Bailey had 2. The Collingwood had 1. They really shared their scoring responsibility without Joe Denner there. And, it just, Brisbane won the game off that, man. And I'm not sure if this performance is enough to beat any of the other teams to the finals. But I am interested to see what they're going to do. I definitely had high hopes for Brisbane at first, but I don't know, man. I don't know off these prior games. But hell yeah.
Brisbane.
All right, man. Next game we had Collingwood versus Freo.
All right, so this game, I was definitely backing Collingwood to win this game. You just never really knew what type of Freo team was going to show up, bro. And really, we know what Collingwood team is going to show up. We know their identity. We know that they bring the same team week in, week out. Same effort week in, week out. You alluded to the pressure already, bro. That's their game. Pressure and counterattack, bro. And they did that, bro. There's just sometimes, bro, where they just have beautiful handball passages, bro, just to each other through small gaps, bro. Just the accuracy, the cleanliness, the class with the ball, bro. It was just a different level, bro. And when they can, if their ball movement is moving at the same time as at the same elite level that their pressure is, bro, they're a dangerous team, and there's really no beating them, bro. I think Freo, they had another slow start, a la last week against the Dogs. Another similar to the Dogs game, how they started off very slow, man, and it really was looking like it was going to get away, but they did fight their way back into the game or whatever in the second quarter. Just a little stronger efforts, whether it was the pressure or just cleaner ball movement. But Collingwood stayed consistent, stayed there all game. Collingwood was very, very accurate in the beginning of the game, bro. Scored the first 6 goals before they were even got it behind, bro, and it just looked like. And then they started missing, though. They started missing as the game went on, and really just through the first half, the game should have definitely been a bigger blowout than it was, at least from the first half perspective, because there was no way that Collingwood was just letting them off the hook like that. They could have been up by so much, bro. And Freo really were lucky that they let them in the game like that. And Freo, they were unsure what to do with the ball, but the pressure was getting to them, and the mids were actually getting possession of the ball. They just didn't know what to do with it, bro. So they were handballing to each other, whether they're moving sideways, they weren't moving forward, and moving backward, all because of the pressure, bro. So their whole game was stifled, and their whole game style was just changed around, considering just due to what Collingwood was allowing them to do, bro, or limiting them on what they were doing. Jordan De Goey lifted in the third quarter, bro. I think he had a very big game, and I know they're gonna hate to let bro go if he leaves next year. But he's a game changer, bro. He's just out of that mid, bro. Just skilled enough for the tap-ons to tap to himself forward, just to burst out of the center, bro. Collingwood is dangerous as fuck when they're winning in the center too. So it was just wild, bro. And Freo got a little 3 quick jump time goals to close the gap, man. But at the end of the day, it was more of an ass whoop than a score flick that I like to think.
Yeah, for sure. Pies are just crazy, bro. Like it's like they just keep on going and going. They pressure is just on a whole nother level, bruh. It's really hard to even break it down. Like they put you in so many uncomfortable situations and make you do things that you don't want to do, and then they just are quick to capitalize off it and just make it a goal opportunity almost instantly, just from the back 50 to the forward 50 and 3 kicks, right? And they consistently make that happen. Fucking, they forwards is crazy. Ginnivan's gonna be a star, bro. Despite if y'all like him or not, he's gonna be great in a few years. He is doing great right now.
Check with the crazy hands.
Check with the hands. Fucking Elliott just being the GOAT he is, bro. Definitely gained a lot of respect for him. Chris realized how fast he was, and I gained a lot of respect for him this game.
Frederick couldn't even catch him.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Lipinski scared of the ball.
Even Dacostas were all right too, bro.
So both, which one?
Really both. Mihawk,
Mihawk.
more so.
Yeah.
But I'm really just happy that Freo lost, bro. Yeah, man. The Pies did what they had to do. And I think it was much to be expected, bro. Pies have just been doing a lot better in recent form, really throughout the whole season. Freo may be the first few games they were looking good, but Collingwood, once they caught stride, they've been really a hard team to beat. And you're gonna have to bring your best game to beat them, and Freo did not do that at all this game. So
if you bring your best game, you still might not beat them, bro.
Yeah, and this wasn't even Collingwood's best game.
It wasn't.
All these missed shots, it definitely could have been a huge ass whoop. But
and like you said, you don't know if Brisbane will get away with that performance. I don't know if Collingwood will get away with that performance, bro.
Yeah,
started off 6 goals, none, ended with 11 goals, 13 behind. So
yeah, they're definitely gonna have to start kicking straight if they want to stay in it. But the pressure's gonna be hard to keep. So they got. Let me see who they got next week.
Sydney.
Yeah, they got Sydney and
Geelong versus Brisbane.
Geelong versus Brisbane, man. Fuck it. What you think about them games? Geelong and Brisbane, man.
I got Geelong winning that game, man. No matter if Denver gets bent, I think just a solid team, bro. Just too balanced, too well-rounded. And I'll just back them in that situation for sure, bro. Brisbane is just too iffy, bro. I can't back them against the minor premiers, not knowing what type of Brisbane team we'll get.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I don't think Brisbane's gonna be able to barely scrape by on a game like this. Geelong just been too consistent for too long. They're already on, what is the win streak now, like 15, 14 games, something like that?
Without Joe Barry, too.
Yeah, so I don't think Brisbane is going to be the team that stops that. So it's going to be in the G, but still, man, I don't think they can do it. What about Sydney and the Pies, man?
I think Collingwood's going to get their revenge, bro. Sydney ended their win streak, bro. Second to last game, round 22, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think Sydney will get the unfortunate task of having to fight up, have an even more amped up Collingwood. And I think they'll lift, bro. We've seen how they lifted, bro. It's just, I don't know. It'll be a great game though, but I don't know about Sydney's defenders enough to be able to hold Collingwood when they're going again.
So this game, I might go Sydney this game, bro. I think Sydney is well built to deal with that chaotic game that Collingwood brings. They're young, they're fast, and they got a lot of skillful, players, individually skilled players that can kind of find some type of control over the game when it kind of gets out of hand, I would like to think. Especially with Buddy, Papley, Heaney, Rod. I feel like they just got too many big names. Well, Collingwood does too, but like I said, I think they can just neutralize the pressure a little bit better than anybody else can. So, yeah, I'm back in Sydney.
I wouldn't be mad at Sydney. I think Sydney does have to win the midfield, though, to win. If Sydney loses the midfield, I don't think they win. Because you can't let Collingwood, I don't think Collingwood has the midfield to really outclass them like that, bro. And if they do, like if Parker don't get up on the contested ball, I don't know, man. But big ifs. If this, if that, only one can see when the game starts.
Yeah, it looks like we both thinking Geelong gonna make it to the grading, so we'll see who accompanies them.
Hell yeah.
Hey, yeah, man, that's this video, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit, man. If you fuck with us tough, we got the Patreon.
Look like y'all ain't fucking with us tough, by the way.
But y'all goddamn tune in, man. Tune in next time. Videos throughout the week. And for the lives, man. Only 3 more games this year. So definitely come watch them live with us.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Come on down.